Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
All right, listen up. We have a fugitive that's been on the run for 90 minutes. What I want out of each and every one of you is a hard target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, henhouse, outhouse, or doghouse in this area. Put that gun down! I didn't kill my wife!
Harrison Ford is the fugitive. Rated
Opens August 6th. Call 777-FILM for advance tickets.
I left that in there for you. I left the phone number.
That's great. That's great.
That is an amazing trailer.
Yeah. They said the name. You heard Deputy Marshal Samuel Gerard do his thing. You know what to expect going into that movie. I like it.
Did you read the thing about because they shot this movie sequentially. They shot it in the order that it ended up being in, which they don't do a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say that they don't normally do that.
Yeah, and they and this was like they were writing a script every morning before they shot the scenes, and they made Tommy Lee do that speech because they're like, we got a tight window, we're going to put this movie out, we need this speech for the trailer. So like he did it twice. He did it one time for the movie, and he did it one time for the trailer. And you can tell that version we just heard in the trailer is not the one that was in the movie.
Yeah, I heard that, and I was like, maybe I'm just misremembering it. No, that's awesome.
That's the version he did just for that, because they said like the trailer version is just him. There's no other actors. It's just like extras and stuff.
Yeah,
and so,
dude,
and he was
it's
in like the 6th day of filming. He's like, we don't even know what this movie. We don't have an ending. We don't even know what we're doing here. And they're like, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And he's like, okay, here you go. I guess.
Yeah, dude. But I think everything I read is him and Harrison Ford were like ad-libbing so many lines.
Yeah.
That like by the end he was like, this is cool. I want to make movies like this from now
on. I also want him to make movies like this because this is fantastic.
He was really great. I wonder if U.S. Marshals was anything like this.
We'll find out in 5 years, maybe.
If I'm still here.
If we do that movie. 98's got some good movies.
Yeah,
Movie Life Crisis, Season 3, Episode 17, The Fugitive.
Wow. 17 already. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Time flies when you're having flies.
We're cruising through 1993 movies. I'm JT here with Jeff. Just a quick reminder for those of us who may be new, which is not me and Jeff, but maybe listening. We're rewatching movies that came out 30 years ago, and we're 17 episodes into our list of 1993 releases, here with an absolute banger, The Fugitive.
It is fantastic. Dude, I remember it. I'm not saying I didn't remember it.
Yeah.
But it was really good still.
Yeah, dude.
And I like that.
Well, they did some, I love when they do like 20-year oral history. We talked to everybody who's in the movie, and they did that for this. Like 2 months ago, there was one on Rolling Stone. I read the whole thing, and it's like, and they were talking about rewatching the movie because the director is rewatching it to like kind of remaster it for digital 30-year release.
Nice.
And they were going like, not only did the movie you talk about how well a movie aged, but like this one really didn't age. If it released now, it would still be just as good.
Just as good. Like you fix a couple of things. You get rid of a couple of rotary phones and some fax machines, and you're golden.
Dude, you get rid of some pay phones and some fax machines, and you absolutely could put this out right in August of 2023, and with Harrison Ford starring in it, and it would outperform Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I think it would too.
But
you know what? I got to be honest. I think it's Tommy Lee. That's like Harrison Ford did a great job, but Tommy Lee Jones was killing it.
I know, man. He's so good. This is the best Tommy Lee Jones, and
even
I think
than
from
Men in Black.
Well, dude, I was going to say I think this Tommy Lee Jones. So he does Under Siege, and then he does this, both with the same director, Eddie Davis. And I think the success of really this, because he wins the Oscar, is like, oh, hey, I can just do that in all the movies. I can just be like, talk really fast, be really sarcastic, Tommy Lee Jones, and then like everything will be great. Yeah. So I think this informs all that Men in Black, like, and all the stuff he does after this.
Yeah, and he's really, really good at that.
Dude, he's great at that.
Really good at it. The whole, dude, him and Men in Black just, because he's like not snarky, but just straight to the point. And
dude, he's really witty, and he's super fast. He's just super quick.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, don't let anybody make fun of your ponytail. Like, he's just throwing stuff like that out the whole movie. It's like, God, that's good.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome.
Also, really, really quickly, thank you guys for listening to the main feed, The Fugitive. We also do bonus movies over on Patreon, where we're going through 1989 releases. We just released Field of Dreams, and then we've also done Uncle Buck, Batman, Indiana Jones, and The Last Crusade, speaking of Harrison Ford.
Nice.
So thanks so much to everybody who's supporting on Patreon. If you want extra movies, or if you want to support us, that's the way to do it. If you're not, then we got free movies coming to you right here, 1993. Moving into 94, we just started looking at the 94 list, and holy hell, it's going to be also amazing.
Yeah, dude, it's so hard to, like, narrow it down. Like, we still have 93 movies that I don't think we're going to get to.
I know. We're doing 26 or probably about 26, 27 movies a year every 2 weeks. And every year we're going, there's like 3 or 4 movies that we didn't get to do that I would have liked to have done.
Yeah, maybe we can come up with something at the end of the year, a lightning round or something.
We've talked about doing some like lightning round stuff. Really, I think the answer is the more support we get, the more we go like, hey, let's make some extra stuff because we can pay people to help us with stuff.
Yeah, that's
more content.
the big thing. Yeah, that's the big thing.
Yeah, man. So, talk about why this movie was chosen. It's the number 3 movie of the year. It's fantastic. It was then. It is still now.
Do you consider this a thriller? Like,
I think so, right?
Did you remembered who done it, and you remember how it ended, or no?
I didn't. I was saying, like, I kind of guessed it, but I didn't remember for sure. Like, I think the twist still kind of worked for me. I was like, oh.
It did. It worked for me.
I kind of remembered the guy, you know, his friend being actually the guy, but I forgot that it was like, oh, it's actually the pharmaceutical industry that put this whole thing together. I was like, damn, that's really prescient 30 years later. Now that we all know pharmaceutical companies are evil as shit.
Yeah, I remembered the one-armed man being the guy who did it, but he was, like, paid, but I couldn't remember how the drop came, and that's why I liked it. It still worked.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Well, give us a synopsis.
This is an AI synopsis. The Fugitive, 1993, is a gripping thriller about Dr. Richard Kimball, played by Harrison Ford, who is wrongfully convicted of his wife's murder. After escaping custody, he becomes a fugitive, in quotes, relentlessly pursued by U.S. Marshal Samuel Gerard, portrayed by Tommy Lee Jones. As Kimball searches for the real killer to clear his name, a high-stakes game of cat and mouse unfolds, leading to intense action and suspense.
Yeah. Do you think this is a thriller?
I did. Because, again, I really thought something else the whole time going in. The one-armed man did it. That's the thing I remembered from this, and I was like, yeah, I remember him. Let's get him. And then it wasn't him. I mean, it was him, but it wasn't him.
Yeah, he was the weapon. But
right.
Yeah, well, it's one of the things I think is cool about this movie is it is a thriller. I mean, I have in my notes like this thing's basically a 2-hour chase scene, which is one of the reasons why it's so awesome. But it's also it's also a mystery, like during the chase. Like that's so good.
It's like a mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a question.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. $44 million budget, grossed $368 million.
Jeez,
so
they did all right.
They did pretty well. It's like a 8.5 or 9x multiplier.
That's not bad. That's not
ridiculous.
Bad.
Yeah, third biggest movie of the year behind Jurassic Park, which is way out in front, and then Mrs. Doubtfire, which we will also do on this podcast in the fall.
Nice. Yeah, and this came out in August,
yeah.
So we're right in the spot.
Dude, we're dead on. We're dead on the actual 30th anniversary.
That's pretty cool.
Well, and the August release was one of the reasons why this movie was so hard to make because they didn't have much of Harrison Ford's time. Like they were starting to shoot at the end of the last year, but they knew that their August, we got Harrison Ford. He's one of the biggest movie stars in the world. We're releasing August 6th. We're going to start promoting in February. So even though we don't have a movie, we're definitely going to be out by this point in time.
That's pretty bold considering they didn't have the script written yet.
No, so that's everyone was like, we were just like trying to jam through this thing. We had only so much time with Harrison Ford. We're filming in Chicago. We had to deal with the actual weather, but we knew we could not miss our day because Warner Brothers, you know, when studios release a big tentpole film, they elbow everybody else off of that date. It's like, oh, Fugitive's out this weekend. We're going to do Striking Distance. We're going to push it a month because we don't want to compete.
Wait, Striking Distance wasn't a tentpole movie?
Striking Distance is the movie that knocked this movie out of the number 1 slot after it had been out for 4 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that wasn't like a hypothetical. That actually is what happened. Bruce Willis's Striking Distance took this movie out of the number one spot.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And I still don't think I've seen it. I mean, I felt like I've seen it. It had a lot of Jewish people in it, right?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Protected by Liam
Oscar
Neeson.
The incomparable Oscar.
The incomparable. Yeah.
Oh, man. Dude, awards. You said it earlier. For the Academy Awards?
A whole bunch of awards.
Yeah, man. Best Supporting Actor, Tommy Lee Jones. He freaking killed it.
Yeah.
Got nominated for Best Picture, Best Editing, Best Score, Best Sound Effects. Like, it got a gambit of a whole bunch of stuff nominated. Like, different random smaller awards. They won a ton of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A bunch of them are Best Supporting Actor for Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah. Like Golden Globe, he won Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role. Like, killed it.
Yeah.
That's why, and to be honest, I think that's why when you continue going and you go with U.S. Marshals, you don't bring back Harrison Ford. You don't need him. You just got Tommy Lee Jones. You could, dude. I feel confident they could make another one of those right now with Tommy Lee Jones.
I think if the sequel had been better, they maybe would have made more. And we'll get into that because there are interesting stories about the sequel. Like, why did it take 5 years? Like they knew during the filming of this movie that there might be a sequel because I got some funny stories about that. And Harrison Ford was saying, like, during the filming, he's like Joey Pantoliano, like Joey Pants was like, dude, you can't kill me off. There might be a sequel. And Harrison Ford's like, there's not going to be a sequel. And he's like, why not? He's like, because I'm not going to be in it. And Joey Pants just goes, well, who cares? We'll just get some other $20 million asshole and we'll chase him through the woods. And Harrison Ford just like fell over laughing.
Freaking Joey Pants. I love him. Him and Tommy Lee together.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah, so, dude, I would have loved if they would have done a better job with the second one, and they actually could have made... Because it's just, the Marshalls is just like an ensemble cast where they're all just clowning and pushing each other into the bushes, saying funny stuff.
Yeah.
They could have just kept plugging in leading men and chasing them. Right. I would have been fine with that.
Who was in the second one? Wesley Snipes, right? Yeah. Dude, I didn't think that one was bad.
It's not bad.
It had Iron Man in it, too, right?
Yeah, it had Robert Downey Jr. That was like Robert Downey Jr. was the first movie that kind of got him back into a big movie. Nice. Yeah.
Remember he breaks the sunglasses to get out of the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch that now.
Dude, well, in 5 years, it'll be on the podcast.
Maybe. I'll wait for it.
2028. Mark your calendars.
2028.
Jesus. Yeah, dude. Sequels, spinoffs, also U.S. Marshals.
U.S. Marshals. Yeah. There was also a lady that wrote a paperback novel of the film using the thing that did really well. Better than they thought the book was going to do.
Oh, nice.
Like, she used this script.
Novelization of this movie.
Of the movie, yes. Nice. Of the script.
And then, of course, this movie is based on a TV show set in the 60s that ran for 4 seasons, and that TV show is itself based on a real story that happened to a doctor in the 50s in Cleveland who was a surgeon who was arrested and convicted for killing his wife, and then after being in prison for 10 years, he got exonerated and released.
No, just in time, 10 years. What do you?
Yeah, and then
do they try to give him money when they release him, and it's been 10 years?
I don't know because this would have been in the 60s, so probably not. But then the really shitty thing is so he lost his wife, he lost his reputation, he spent 10 years in prison, and then when he got out of prison, he died 3 years later. So,
Man.
So it sucks for that guy because if he was still alive, he could be making fugitive money.
He totally could. I do have Leslie Nielsen in the parody film Wrongfully Accused. That was heavily based on this movie.
Nice.
It's like Naked Gun, but like The Fugitive.
I've never seen that, but I do love Leslie Nielsen.
Dude, it's way good. They also talk about Mission Impossible and Titanic in that one.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, this series finale of The Fugitive in 1967, the TV show, was watched by 78 million people.
Holy hell, that's a lot.
Which is a ridiculous number of people to watch a TV show. So.
I mean, I remember this, like my grandpa and my dad talking about like, oh, I think that was a big TV show back then when this movie came out.
It was definitely big.
That's crazy. That's awesome. 78 million is a lot.
Yeah.
How did they even do that back then? Like,
what do you mean?
Nielsen ratings? You just had like the little box on your TV and
I think
watched what you watched, or you had to.
I think in the 60s
they
didn't. There wasn't like a box. I think they actually called like they would do for political polls. Like called you and went like, "What did you guys watch tonight?" I think they actually did it by phone.
Oh my God, they would never. It'd be zero for everything if you called now. Nobody answers their phone. My phone rings. I'm like, somebody got kidnapped. I don't know. I'm not answering that.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that'd be zeros because everyone's watching different stuff. It's like, I'm watching Blippy, and it's like I'm watching something on Twitch. And it's like I'm on TikTok, and no one's watching TV.
But see, like now, that's how they do it now, right? You can just tell what's been streamed so that...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they do it now. That's great. 78 million. Jesus, that's so much.
Do you remember when and where you first saw this?
I do. I definitely do. This was in the mall theater in Hammond.
Yeah.
Because I can remember saying, well, yeah, we can go to Kuko's. And my dad giving me we have Kuko's at home. Like, he didn't... the canned response of, no, we have that at home. I also am that person who tries to guess what's going to happen. And unfortunately for the people in the movies with me, I'm never, not never right, but very rarely right. And this was definitely one where I was like, I think the guy with the one arm did it. It's all his fault. And my dad's going, I don't know. It might be somebody else. And I'm like, no, you're wrong. Like, I can remember getting it wrong in the theater. So, yeah, it was mall theater, Hammond.
Nice. Shout out Chimmy Dogs from the original Kuko's in Hammond. Maybe not the originals, but I think the original for us.
They're original as far as I'm concerned. I don't know who else would have thought of that.
No one else served tortillas with cheese, meat, and vegetables before them.
I think you're putting quotes around that word meat. It's doing a lot of heavy lifting. It's a hot dog.
I'm positive that I rented this because I don't think there's no reason I couldn't have watched this at 13. So I think that as soon as it came out on VHS, if it released in August in theaters, maybe Christmas, it came out on VHS, and I'm sure I rented it.
Yeah.
Remember Blockbuster? Like, they charged you extra money for the new releases. Like, it cost another $1, and I was like, I don't care. We got to watch that. It's going to be awesome.
That sucks really bad. Speaking of which, did you hear Netflix is finally shutting down their DVD rental mailed to your house?
Yeah,
they're finally shutting her down.
Yeah, pour a little bit out for my dead homie. Who's still doing that?
Dude, there's apparently a lot of people because they're all upset, and they said randomly they're going to choose people to send 10 extra discs to that you just keep forever.
Great.
What do I even do with that? Hang it from my rearview mirror? Like, I don't have anything to play a DVD anymore.
Use it as coasters. I have no method of playing a DVD unless my PlayStation will play a DVD, but it'll barely play PlayStation, so I don't know if it'll work.
Can you do that thing where you put it on a table and then cover it with that clear lacquer and then make a really cool 90s coffee table?
Yeah, you probably could. Wait a second. Do your kids know what happens if you put a blank CD in the microwave?
My kids do, but that's only because they're my kids. My students have no idea, but we'll have to show them tomorrow. I have a microwave at the school. I can show them.
Yes. All right. That's awesome. Okay. So, how do you rate this? 1 to 10. 1 to 10 Chimmy Dogs. No sevens.
No sevens. Dude, I gave it an 8.5.
Yeah.
Great plot. Well acted. Even though, like we said, it's billed as a thriller. Like, I don't feel like it's only a thriller.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was funny. I thought it was, I don't know. I just liked it. I didn't know where it was going originally, and I had a little trouble this time because it's been so long since I watched it. Like, I forgot about the dude.
Yeah.
The friend.
Yeah, I thought it was really smart, the twists and turns. I got an 8 out of 10. I actually thought about 8.5, and I landed on 8. It's Les Miserables. Like, they were when they made this movie, before they even had a script, everyone was like, yeah, it's Les Miserables. There's a wrongfully imprisoned hero who's chased by Inspector Javert. Just there's no singing, but otherwise, it's Les Miserables. But it's a 2-hour chase movie with mystery mixed in. Tommy Lee Jones is incredible. Harrison Ford is Harrison Ford. Like, he's just always good. But
did it not feel like real though? Like it felt like I don't know, man. Like, it didn't seem polished. I don't know how to explain it. Like, remember when he goes...
It's practical effects. They're shooting on location. There's no sets. It's in Chicago.
Yeah. I think that's what
and
makes
I think
it
because
better.
like all the U.S. Marshals, like, because they're struggling to get the thing scripted, any dialogue that didn't directly have to do with the plot, they could just make up. So all of the U.S. Marshals interactions it's almost all improv. So it feels like a group of people who actually are working together because it's a group of actors who are working together making up dialogue.
That's what I was going to say. Like, when they're like talking about stuff, the small things that they're throwing at each other, that's great, man.
Well, dude, think about when we did Cadence and just all the convicts just talking.
Yeah.
Like, they're just talking. That's how they talked, and that's what the movie captured. And you're like, you could never have written that.
Yeah.
I mean, someone maybe could have, but most people cannot write that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm even talking about like small things. Like, what are you doing? I'm thinking. Thank me up a cup of coffee. Like,
that's
kind
what I'm
of
saying. Like, that's them talking to each other.
That's great, man. That's so good.
So yeah, 8.5 out of 10
stuff.
for you, 8 for me. Dude,
I
it's
like
great.
that.
Yeah,
Really great.
The music got a lot of love in the awards, and I actually maybe just because it was too loud when I was listening to it, but I was like, man, this music is. I wish it was down a little bit.
I don't really remember the music that much.
It got all kinds of awards, and it got an Academy Award nomination, and the composer was saying before the movie came out, I was like, I think I really phoned that in. I think I screwed it up. It's going to be terrible. Because
That's how everybody felt about this movie.
Yeah, everybody involved was like, we may never work again. I think that's going to be horrible. And at the end, it's like, oh, never mind. It was awesome. Everyone loved it. We made a pile of money.
Oh, man. Oh, that's great. That's really great.
Yeah, dude. All right. Let's
hit the best.
Yeah, let's do the best, man. Best 3 scenes. What's your first?
My first one is when Harrison Ford is running away. He's running away the whole time, but like he's running away.
You have to be a little bit more specific.
He's running away in an ambulance and goes into a tunnel, and they bring the helicopter down outside of the tunnel, and he sneaks away, and they try to come from both sides, and they meet in the middle, all the U.S. Marshals, and they're like, what the hell, where is he? He's like, I didn't see him, and they realize that he went down into the water drainage thing. That whole scene is fantastic. Gerard drops his gun, and then he spoiler, he jumps over the edge. Head first, by the way. What was that?
Yeah.
Is that the best way to do that?
He does a full Peter Pan.
Oh, dude, there's a slanted wall that he might
you
not
think you should
clear.
have gone down like a water slide?
Well, no, just go feet first to give yourself a chance. He's jumping head first, arms by his side. Maybe that's just how the mannequin fell, but he
no,
jumped.
That's the effects in this movie are phenomenal. I don't know how that was accomplished, but I will say that was the one moment. That's the one thing in this movie that you go like, he definitely would have died. There's no chance he lives through that.
Yeah, head first is definitely the reason too. I don't know how shallow it is right there, but dude, he went head first, and I was like, what an idiot. But that whole interaction with him, that's got one of my lines in it that I didn't kill my wife. Like that whole dude.
Yeah, it's got great quotes.
Scene.
It's also got, it's hard, man, because there's so many good quotes just from the marshals talking to each other. Like that's the one where freaking Joey Pants is like, oh man, I just bought these shoes, and they're like, shut up, get in there.
Yeah. Dude, what is not to love about Joey Pants? I can't wait.
Captain, remember your Wusa.
Captain. Yeah, Marcus, I know what it's called. I'm the captain. I'm supposed to know what it's called. Oh, God, what a genius.
Yeah.
So that's my first one.
That's good. I got that one as well. The jump into the river. They're throwing out jargon. Half of it's made up, half of it's real.
Yeah.
They see that he's gone down the whatever drain, and Tommy Lee just yells out, "We got a gopher!" I don't think that's real.
That's definitely not a
Marshal.
thing. But that's what I'm saying. Did Tommy Lee Jones just come up with that on the spot?
Yeah,
that seems like a Tommy Lee Jones thing.
Yeah, there's some good oral histories about this and I think there's some, because it's 30 years later. Everybody's going like, well, he said he made that up, but I remember that was in the one of the original screenwriters was like, I guess Tommy Lee had said at some point that he wrote I want a hard target search of every doghouse, outhouse, henhouse.
Yeah.
And he's like, he didn't write that. That was in my original draft before the production even started, back in 92. It's tweaked slightly. But now everyone is kind of saying hey, look, it was a team effort. The writers wrote some stuff, and then on this shoot, we would kind of tweak things a little bit. And
yeah.
But it's hard to pin down who wrote what at this point.
Right. And the thing I was reading was it didn't sound more like, oh, Tommy Lee Jones was winging it while the camera was running. It was more of a, hey, let's write this together. Okay, I got it. Now let's turn the camera on, and I got it. He's making it up for some of it. Maybe we got a gopher. Is that? But I was reading okay, that morning they got together and wrote all right, what are we going to do today? What would be the next step? Where would he go?
Yeah, they're doing a lot of that. The actors and the director and the writer are all working together before the scene is shot to come up with it. They said that in that scene, right? I didn't kill my wife, and Tommy Lee Jones, I don't care. That was the line that was in the script, and Tommy Lee Jones is going I don't like that. I don't want to say that. So he's like, let me try a bunch of different stuff. And Harrison Ford's like, I'm nut deep in freezing cold water. Let's just do the I don't care.
Right. But originally it was that isn't my problem, and Tommy Lee Jones changed it to I don't care. That's how I read it.
Yeah, I didn't read that, but that may be what happened. But the point was Tommy Lee Jones was talking to whatever the person from the U.S. Marshals that was advising him on the movie was like, It's like the thing you have to understand from the marshal's point of view is that we don't care if the person is guilty or innocent. We just have to hunt them down. So like that's what that is supposed to convey. That line is like whether or not you're innocent is not my job. It's just you're running, and my job is to bring you in. That's what you're supposed to say. I don't care.
And that's how you can tell he's a good actor though too, is because it totally conveyed that whole thing.
Yeah,
like his I don't care.
But he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to say it, and they're like, just try it. And then it's like, all right, cool, wrap. That's the one we're using. Let's all get out of the freezing cold water.
Yeah, let's go get. Yeah, or like, apparently.
And when Harrison Ford and Celia Ward are in the limousine, Harrison Ford's going like, what should we do here? And she's like, shit, I don't know. Didn't they already hand us words? Aren't we supposed to say those? And he's like, no, we'll do some better words.
We got new words.
Yeah. And she's like, I was 20 when, Star Wars came out. Like this guy, I had posters of him. I was on a show where we had to read all the words off the script. I didn't know we could make up words.
Right.
But he's just like, let's just try some different words. And she's like, okay.
Yeah, dude, but they did a great job winging it. That's all I'm saying. They did a great job.
I'm sure writers would hate this podcast because I love when actors improv stuff, and then we hear stories about it. Not that there aren't great scripted movies, but I always love the improv.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Couldn't you? Isn't the idea though to make it look real like this? This was so. I don't know, man. It was really.
That's good. It's one of the reasons why it's so real. And Tommy Lee Jones and Harrison Ford.
They're really
like Harrison Ford. We talked about this when we did Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade on Patreon. Dude, he's just so. It never seems like he's doing anything remarkable on screen, but he's also just is like a really solid, grounding, believable presence.
Yeah, except
like
when
he
points.
Like...
He does that point that's really good. Like he's wagging his finger. He does that in a lot of his movies. Yeah, and he's really good at it.
My first scene is when he's in the hospital. He's like stitching himself up. I just remember that. So he's got the beard. He's pulled off his prison jumpsuit and he's like pulling a piece of glass out of his side, stitching himself up. And then he sneaks into an old man's room, this patient. Yeah. He's like in his bathroom cutting his beard.
Yeah.
He steals the guy's freaking sandwich.
And he's like because he hadn't eaten, so he was super, super hungry. And he was like shoveling the food in. I don't know why certain parts of this movie were burned in my brain, but him staring at the guy, hoping he doesn't wake up while he was eating the stuff that fell out of the sandwich is burned into my brain.
That's what I was saying. Because that's one of the things. Is like he's like sitting at the guy's table, just like wolfing down. Like it looked like me at Thanksgiving when it's supposed to be lunch, but you don't actually eat until 4:00.
Yeah.
And so I'm accidentally biting my own fingers, and he was just like he was getting after it. And then also he did the shave, like he's using the hospital scissors to cut his beard, and then he uses this like regular razor to shave. And every time I see someone shave in a movie, I always think either I'm shaving wrong or they're shaving wrong.
I don't shave anymore, so I don't know.
I just shave the like underneath chin part, but every time I see someone in movies do it, they do it like they're trying to hurt themselves or like there's a timer on them.
Well, there was a timer on him. He was hurrying. But do you use like a regular razor or you use clippers?
Yeah. No, I do. Well, I use both. But I use a regular razor on my neck beard underneath area.
Ouch.
Yeah, dude. When I shave, it's like warm water and shaving cream and like long, straight strokes. Like, right, and I see people in movies, they're just like wailing on their own face with a razor blade. I'm like, dude, it seems like not. If I was
They were chasing him. He had to hurry up and zip up his cardigan and get the hell out of there.
My shaving acting would be so much more convincing than Harrison Ford's. All the other acting would be Harrison Ford by a landslide, but that one bit, if we did head to head.
So you think he was already shaved? And he was just dragging it over the top of nothing?
He used the scissors to trim his beard real short, and then he shaved with the razor. But he was like, did it like he was in a hurry, and like he didn't care if he sliced his face up. He was like coming from multiple directions, like whipping himself in the face with the razor.
I did hear that they had to like reshoot something. One of the guys...
they had to reshoot because the villain guy, the actor got sick, and so they had to recast him, and then they had to reshoot his scenes.
His friend. Yeah, that's what it was.
So Harrison Ford had to wear a fake beard for those.
I thought he grew it back out, and that's why it looked different.
No, it was a fake beard.
That's awesome.
For that reshoot, because they didn't have time for him to grow a beard back out.
You can't just strain really hard?
The funny thing is, I feel like you would appreciate this because this is I feel like this is how you would make a decision. Is that Harrison Ford said that the reason he wanted to do the movie is because he wanted to grow a beard.
That's a good reason.
Yeah,
I want to wear a brown cardigan. Anybody got a movie where I can wear a cardigan?
Because studios are always like, no, you're Harrison Ford, dude. You're not growing a beard. You have the most recognizable face in the world. And he's like, I thought it'd be fun to have a beard.
Paying for the face. I want to see the face.
And
that's Yeah. Dude, my second one is also when he's in the hospital, but at a different time, a different hospital. The kid that is sitting in the hallway and he's pretending to be a janitor.
Yeah.
And they're all like, they're understaffed and just full. And they need to take the kid down to a certain room. And she asked Julianne Moore asks him to roll him down there. And as he's rolling off, he's holding the X-ray up to the light. And then he makes the change. That shit was awesome. That was like how he saved the kid, showed that he was a good, like not that you didn't think that, but like it just shows that he was a good dude this whole time. It really humanized him. I like that.
Yeah, that's a great call, man, because that's a great scene, and specifically that moment. Like he's infiltrated as a janitor to look up stuff with the, for people who have prosthetics. And then Julianne Moore, they're busy, and she's like, "Hey, janitor, roll this kid down to level 4."
Hey, janitor.
He's like, "Whatever, I'm on it. Whatever I can do to help the team." But he's like looking at the kid's X-ray, and he realizes that the orders that they written on there are wrong. And he's like in the elevator, like scratching stuff out and writing over it. And he doesn't take the kid where she told him to. He takes her to surgery. And it's like, "Hey, here's this thing. Here's the clipboard. You should probably do something with that."
Save the kid's life.
Yeah, and saves the kid's life. God, that's freaking great.
And then after she catches up with him and asks him, he's like, "Oh, it's just a hobby. I like looking at X-rays." Like, what? That didn't work at all.
Well, Julianne Moore was supposed to be in a lot more of this movie because
she was going to be the love interest or something, right?
Yeah, she's like credited really prominently. She was supposed to be his love interest, and the producer and the director were like, "Dude, the whole point of the movie is that he loves his wife. He didn't kill his wife. He's trying to prove he didn't kill his wife. We can't have him hooking up with someone while he's on the hunt to clear his name." But the studio's like, "No, he's got to make out with Julianne Moore." So like they shot a bunch of stuff, and then they realized like this is not going to work. We can't do this.
That's unfortunate for them, making out for nothing.
Yeah,
it
worked out just fine for both of them.
I could see that though. Like you don't want him.
No,
falling in love
that would
with
have been
somebody
terrible.
Else.
Like
his wife just died.
Well, as soon as I saw Julianne Moore, I was like, "Oh, is he going to hook up?" Because it's like if you see a peripheral character, but it's an actor that you go like, "That's probably going to be a love interest." But it's like, no, that doesn't. That doesn't make sense. He's freaking. The whole thing is how much he loves his wife and didn't kill his wife.
I just pictured you sitting on the couch watching the movie. And you go, it's out loud. Oh, are they going to hook up? Like that was weird.
That's what I was thinking was going to happen.
What's your next one?
So I also have escaping through the tunnel.
Yeah.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. Jumps into the river. Mannequin falls face first. Dies.
Right.
And I have him in the hospital stitching himself up, stealing that guy's lunch.
Right.
And then my third scene is right before the scene you were talking about. I just have it as the janitor infiltration mission.
Oh, dude, I have that one too.
Like he takes someone's like key card, whatever thing, and he like takes a picture of himself and he like cuts it out with an X-Acto knife and tapes it to the badge.
By the way, what was that guy doing that he was able to steal his badge?
He was like in the locker room doing something.
Yeah, taking a shower at work. He deserves his ID taken. Well, who takes showers at work?
Dude, if you work at a hospital, you might want to like scrub off some of the fecal matter before you go home.
Yeah, maybe. Can I just wash my hands and change my clothes? I gotta freaking take a shower at work.
Maybe he needed to take. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so he steals the guy. He steals the guy's card, modifies it so it's got his name on it, and he wears the freaking jumpsuit, and he goes in, and then he goes and looks up on the computer, like, "Hey, tell me all the people who had prosthetic arms on this arm," and they have these, and he's trying to find the one-armed man.
Right.
But dude, I just like he cleans blinds exactly like I would do if that was my job. Like he's on the computer and he's got one arm with a broom, just like brushing it on the blinds, like hoping nobody notices.
Dude, that was great. Because he closed the blinds so she couldn't see.
Yeah.
And then like as he's like clicking on stuff, he's just banging the fucking blinds back and forth, so that way she doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's awesome.
And then he has to print it out. And he has to press F9 to print on the dot matrix printer.
Yeah, and it makes that very recognizable dot matrix printer sound.
Yeah, so then he really starts hitting the blinds hard, and it's going, watch it, as it's printing out.
And then he tears it off. It's all perforated, and he stuffs it in his pocket.
Yeah, I had that
and that's right before he goes up, and then Julianne Moore tells him to wheel the kid down to whatever.
Right. Yeah, I had that one too.
Nice.
That's weird that we both had that. I just, as soon as I saw the guy like, "Yeah, I'm going to go take a shower," I was like, "Ooh, steal his ID. That guy's taking a shower at work. He's an idiot."
There's a bunch of other scenes I could have picked, but just those are the ones that ended up on the list.
Those stood out to me too. But like you said, the whole thing is a long-ass chase movie.
Yeah.
So,
Well, dude, I liked when he made the phone call to the lawyer, and then they're listening to it on tape, the U.S. Marshals, and they're trying to argue about the train sounds.
yeah, who has an L?
Yeah.
Elevated train? Yeah.
And I also like the very end when he goes to the ballroom while the guy's making a speech and he confronts him. Like, that could all have been on there, but
Yeah.
But yeah.
He confronts him with a pointing finger.
yeah, he does the Harrison Ford finger wag. Let's do quotes. Give me your first quote.
My first quote, we already talked about a bunch. I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. That's the big one for me. That's the big one.
Yeah, it's not my favorite quote, but I did write it down because I think it is the most recognizable quote from the movie.
Right. That's the one that everybody took away from it. Like back in the 90s when people talked about Fugitive, that's what they would say.
That one, and then the other one is the one that we've already talked about that was in the trailer that I talked about last week when I teased this movie.
Yeah.
Our fugitive's been on the run for 90 minutes, average foot speed over uneven ground, barring injuries, 4 miles an hour, and that gives us a radius of 6 miles. What I want out of each and every one of you is a hard target search of every gas station, residence, warehouse, farmhouse, henhouse, outhouse, and doghouse in that area. Checkpoints go up at 15 miles. Your fugitive's name is Dr. Richard Kimball. Go get him.
Yeah. I had that one also.
Because I feel like that was parodied a bunch. Like, I feel like I had a Mad magazine that they, like, made fun of that, and, like, it was one
A
SNL.
Cracked magazine.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Those, they parodied it pretty hard, too, in that Leslie Nielsen movie. Really hard.
All right, so what's your
So
other
those
quote?
are my other two. My third one is when he first gets to that hospital where you're talking about where he's going to clip his beard and all that. He's been on the run for, a couple hours, and he shows up and an ambulance is showing up, and he notices that, like, they couldn't get the gurney legs down, and he comes over to help get the gurney legs down, and he realizes it was the guy that was in the bus, the sheriff's officer or whoever it was that was watching them in the thing, and he grabs the mask and puts it back over his mouth so he can't say, hey, that's the guy who escaped. And as they're rolling off, he's like, tell the attendant he has a puncture in the upper gastric area. And the other guy's like, how the hell could he tell that by looking at his face? I thought that was great. Like, that was
I thought about that quote too. That was fantastic.
That's the one that I put as my third one.
The other one that I had was one that we already talked about. It was a Tommy Lee Jones improv. He's like, what are you doing? He's thinking. He's, well, think me up a cup of coffee and a chocolate donut with some of those sprinkles on top.
Yeah, dude, that's... God, Tommy Lee Jones is awesome.
And
I wonder
the way he says it
you think he's a jerk in
fantastic.
real life? Like, or you think he's like that? He puts it all on?
I feel like people probably think he's a jerk, but he probably does not think he's a jerk. He probably thinks he's telling jokes that no one gets, but everyone's like, that guy's such a dick.
Oh man, that hit kind of hard right there. that hit home pretty hard. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's pretty funny. I like him.
Dude, he's super funny. Yeah, those are my 3 quotes.
Yeah, good quotes. We had a lot of the same. That's all right.
I know. It's hard to differentiate. It's all best 3 characters. Number 1, Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, I'll put that on there.
Dude, wins an Oscar for the role. Like, has all the best dialogue. Like, just freaking delivers it like an absolute maniac. I mean, a lot of it's improv. I mean, the best lines anyway.
Him and Joey Pants going back and forth are killer, dude.
Yeah.
So funny.
Well, and they talked about, because they knew each other before the movie, is like Tommy Lee said to Joey Pants, he's like, hey man, he's like, we're just like, let's have fun. If at any point during the filming of this movie we look around and we're not having fun, let's stop and fix that. Like, let's just have fun.
Yeah, and Joey Pants apparently was given an interview and said, like, Tommy Lee Jones is like, it's not like anybody's going to win an award for this film, so like, let's just do it.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones literally said to him during the filming, he's like, nobody's winning an Oscar for this one. Like, let's just go to work.
What an idiot.
And then
they killed it. Yeah. Maybe that's what it takes. Just don't care so much that you just freaking kill it.
Yeah, dude. Just don't grip it so hard. Just have a good time. But all the people who played the marshal
What are we talking about again?
That we're talking about winning an Oscar.
Oh, the Oscar, right. I didn't
They said
name
that
mine Oscar.
he was saying like let's go out to dinner. Let's have a fun time. Let's riff back and forth and like the whole like, if they dyed the river green today, why can't they dye it blue the other 364 days? Like, that's an improv.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
don't
when
let
he
it make
asked the
fun of your
black guy,
ponytail. Like,
are you Irish? Yeah. Stuff like that. Yeah, dude, that's great. That's great. Dude, you know what else I liked? And this might have been the script, I don't know. When he's Tommy Lee Jones thinks he recognizes Harrison Ford going down the stairs. And he's like looking, and he's trying to figure out if it's really him. and he yells his first name. What a freaking great idea.
Yeah.
Like yelling the person's name. I mean, I do that, but that's just because I can't remember people's names.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is that Kevin? Kevin. And if he turns around, I know it's him. But if it's not, then I know it's the wrong name and I got to pick something else.
Yeah. I
like how he did that.
That's a great idea. I'm a big fan of, like, especially around the holidays and, like, around, like, school functions. Like, all the parents should have to wear name tags because I'm like people just, like, someone just came up to me in gymnastics and was like, hey, man, how's it going? Like, tell Wendy I said hello. I was like, yeah, totally, man, I'm going to do that. And I was like, I have no idea who that was.
Hey, brown hair with the glasses told me to tell you hi.
And then I'm asking Wendy, I'm like, hey, do you know somebody? He's tall. He's kind of tall. Wears T-shirts.
Sometimes.
Some of the times.
Some of the times.
And it turned out that it's a guy that every time I've met him has had a big bushy mustache, and he shaved it, and that's why I didn't recognize him. But
he did a few walkathons, though. Did all right.
Did all right.
Did okay. Dude, another thing I wanted to mention about that whole scene, I forgot. The bullets into the bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
Those were wax bullets being fired into that bulletproof glass at the same time Tommy Lee Jones was firing his gun. And Tommy Lee Jones didn't want to. He's like, my character wouldn't put all of these people in jeopardy. I'm not going to open fire. They're like, just do it. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great camera angle where the bullet is going to hit right where Harrison Ford's face is to really sell the moment because his foot. And I think it worked really well. I agree with him. He wouldn't have opened fire.
Yeah,
but.
Tommy Lee Jones was going like, because he was like about to run out into a crowd of people. He's like, there's no way a U.S. Marshal would just shoot a .45 into a crowd of people while he was chasing someone. And they're like, I know, but also it's a movie and you have to.
Also, do it.
Yeah. Dude, he's great. We talked about this when we did Under Siege last year. This is the same director, and Tommy Lee Jones is obviously in that movie. And he's asking the director on the set, and he's like, what are you working on next? He's like, I'm trying to get this Fugitive movie, trying to get this, like, I'm hoping to get this job. And then Tommy Lee Jones reads the script, and he's like, that sounds awesome. I want to do that, too.
I want some of that. Yeah.
And really, the director, Andy Davis, got the job because of how well Under Siege did once it came out. Like, after the premiere, and everyone was like, hey, this movie's actually pretty good. It's going to make some money.
Right.
Then he got offered the job.
Yeah. That's
and
awesome.
Harrison Ford was like, I can grow a beard? Count me in.
What about the sweater? I can wear the sweater, right?
Can I wear a sweater? Yeah. Who's your next character?
My next dude, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it's Harrison Ford. He's awesome.
Of course it is.
Dude, no one pops a blazer collar like Harrison Ford. I never see him in a movie wearing a blazer where he doesn't find a way to pop the collar.
That's because it looks really cool on Harrison Ford. It looks way less cool on me.
I was going to say, I'm glad you said on Harrison Ford, because every time I wear a blazer, I'm like, maybe I try to pop the collar. I'm like, no, that looks terrible. It turns out I'm not Harrison Ford, and this didn't work at all.
Yeah, dude, I don't look every time. This is my question. How come, and maybe it's because they don't buy their stuff right off the rack and it's built for them, but every time I'm
He's
like,
not shopping at Dillard's.
I'm going to buy that from Kohl's, and I'm going to look like I'm in the movie. And I don't look like I'm in the movie at all. I just look like I'm wearing my little brother's clothes. And I don't like that. How do they, is that what it is? They just make them specifically for them?
Yeah, dude, I guess also Harrison Ford's like 80 now and still has a six-pack, so I think that probably helps.
I have a six-pack in there somewhere. Dude, he was really good in the interrogation scene, and then I started reading about it. He had no idea what the questions were going to be, so like all of those were like, they just said like, pretend you're him, and how would you answer these questions? Go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great way to do that.
I know that studios don't want to make movies this way because not having a script is obviously concerning when you're shooting a movie. But sometimes you get, if you have good actors and good directors and good editors, you can get such good stuff by going like, okay, you don't have to act because you actually are surprised by the question and you're just going to answer as your character.
Right, and that's, dude, he did the finger point again in the friggin' bloody T-shirt, and it was like, I don't know why that thing right there burned in my head, like him going, I didn't kill my, like, dude, I really love it. Also, he rocked the all-black K-Swiss like he was a referee almost the whole time. And
he had his referee shoes on, throughout a lot of this movie.
He was pulling it off, though. Did you notice that he was limping through the whole movie?
Yeah.
Because he actually hurt himself? Yeah, and didn't want to get surgery because he's like, my character would have a limp. What an idiot. That's awesome.
I think it would help my character's motivation. It would help my character's motivation if I were on fire.
I can have a beard, though, right?
Harrison Ford's great. Third character, Joey Pants for me.
Yes,
obviously. I mean,
yeah, Joey Pants.
It's an ensemble, but he's definitely and the other in the oral history. The other people, the other parts of the marshals. There's like 4 or 5 of them. They're going like, Joey Pants just would find a way to get into every single shot. He just figured out that if he always stood right next to Tommy Lee, he was going to be in a lot of the movie. And then because we were like improvising a lot of the dialogue, he could just throw stuff out there, and like he just basically forced his way into a lot of this movie by always standing next to Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, that's genius. When I can remember...
Totally genius.
Dude, when I used to be sick, I would lay on the couch and, like, watch movies, but I would feel bad and not want to get up and change the DVD, so then I would just, like, watch the whole thing again with, like, the commentary on.
Yeah.
And I can remember watching Bad Boys, the commentary, and Michael Bay being so angry because Joey Pants would do this thing where he's, like, he would block out the camera with his back. He's like, you got to rotate the camera, and Joey Pants' face is going to be in the scene because he's purposely standing like an idiot to get in the scene. Dude, he does that a lot apparently, and that's awesome.
Dude, that's the mark of an experienced actor who's never led a movie. It's like, I'm going to be in a lot of this because that means I get more money.
Yeah, he freaking killed it though. I don't know. Could he be a leading man? Probably not, huh?
Probably not. I mean, he's certainly got the talent for it, but it's just not the type of person you put. Like, even if you go like, hey, there's a new Netflix show, it's starring Joey Pants. It's like, all right. I mean, I guess if that's awesome, I'll check it out. But I'm not turning it on to see what he's up to.
Yeah.
But every time I see him, I'm like, freaking great! I love Joey Pants.
They were all going in before you got here.
Dude,
he's great.
And like his whole career is like comic relief, character actor, like 3rd or 4th male lead, but he's so good in that spot. It's great.
Yeah, he is. No, he is really good.
Like he's just your like JJ Redick, like catch and shoot 3-point guy. Like he doesn't get paid a lot. He's like your 6th or 7th man, but he's just in there just crushing it.
He is definitely crushing it.
Wait, I got a Joey Pants story in his words from the oral history about one of the very last scenes. They're like fighting in the laundromat of the hotel in the basement. Yeah, and the villain guy like takes a big steel I-beam and like swings it on a track, and it hits Joey Pants' character right in the head.
Yeah,
and so Joey Pantoliano says, "I go running into Andy's trailer, the director. He's like, Andy, what the f? He's like, you can't kill me." And he goes, "Why?" And I go, "Well, what if there's a sequel?" He goes, all right, we won't kill you. And Joey Pants is like, we shot it before CGI, so I'm thinking, I'm going to make it so that they can't make me dead. And so once the thing hits me in the head, I start moaning and making a lot of noise on the ground so that they can never make it look like I'm dead.
And apparently,
and then,
I don't know.
So, but then the director goes, cut. And Joey Pants was like, all of a sudden I see a pair of blue jeans walk up to me, and I look the leg up, and it's Harrison Ford, and he's like, you should be dead. And I say, what if there's a sequel, Harrison? And then Harrison laughs and he says, well, listen, there's not going to be any sequel because I won't be in it. And then Joey Pants goes, well, F you, who needs you? We'll just chase another $20 million asshole through the woods.
That's right.
And,
dude.
And then Harrison Ford just falls down laughing.
And then, like, he gets wheeled out of the place on the stretcher, but they had to do it after. Yeah.
He begs the director, like, put in a scene of me going into an ambulance, like, so that everyone knows.
And both Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones was like, we don't need. Can you just do that after we leave? Like, I don't want to be part of that. They were all separate because they didn't want that.
But God, I love that this guy's the whole movie. He's just like throwing out quips. He's always like grabbing onto Tommy Lee Jones's elbow like a toddler, just trying to make sure he's right there. And then at the end when he
me
takes
too, right, guys?
Yeah, me too. I'm interested in this. And then he takes a freaking steel I-beam to the head, but he's like moaning and writhing around so that everyone knows he's alive.
And then they do the big white wrap of stuff around his head. That's freaking great.
That's amazing. All right. Same characters for everybody. Writer, directors, stuff.
Yeah, Andrew Davis is the guy who did it. We did,
Andrew
like
Davis.
you said, Under Siege.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I don't really know any, I know Chain Reaction after that with Morgan Freeman and, what's his name? Keanu.
Via Con Dios.
Via Con Dios. And I've seen Collateral Damage with whatchamacallit.
Collateral Damage.
I don't know any of the other ones. Oh, yeah. Holes. I never saw Holes.
Holes. I didn't see
highlight
that
one. I missed it. But what about before that? Like Above the Law was a Seagal movie, and there's a Chuck Norris movie.
He did a couple of. He was doing like action, but like kind of low rent, like B action movies with like Chuck Norris and Steven Seagal. And then Under Siege takes off, and is a huge movie in '92. And then the studio goes, well, he probably can do another action movie. They give him The Fugitive. That's also a huge movie. And then in his next movie, Steal Big, Steal Little, in 1995, starring Andy Garcia and Joey Pants.
Joey Pantoliano.
But he takes 2 years off and he does a comedy and then doesn't really do well. And then he does Chain Reaction, which also doesn't do well. And then I think that's kind of it for him.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got credits on his Wikipedia page that I would kill to have. But like this movie right now is the peak of his directorial career from like commercial and like awards success.
Yeah. What about the writers? There's Jeb Stewart.
Yeah,
he
Jeb
did
Stewart.
Die Hard.
So Jeb Stewart was the writer that was on the set. So the original script, the original adaptation was by a guy named David. I never know how to pronounce this last name. Twohy.
Yeah,
Toy. I don't know.
Toy is how I would say.
He does the original adaptation. They're trying to get this movie made for 10 years. So he's the one who takes he watches all the episodes of the Fugitive TV show, all 60 whatever, and then tries to make it fit into a feature film. And they go like, hey, great, thanks for that. Here's your money, here's your credit. Go home, we're going to hand it off to a bunch of other writers. And then when they go to actually start production, Jeb Stewart, who wrote Die Hard, is the guy actually on the set. So he's the guy like, tomorrow we shoot he's calling him from the payphone and he's underneath the L. I got to write that scene tonight. He's doing that.
Right.
But then everyone's like, everyone is working on it. The producer and the director and the actors is like, we're about to shoot the scene. You're going to say this, and then I'll say whatever back.
That's ridiculous that's how they did it, though.
I know.
That's
but also,
crazy.
I love that.
Yeah. There was another there was something else. The Switchback movie. It had Danny Glover, and I used to love that movie. And then I watched it. It had like Jared Leto in it, and that was one of the ones that Jeb Stewart wrote. Dennis Quaid. I went back and watched it. It is god awful.
Yeah,
but that's the first one he directed.
Yeah,
that
I
was
don't
the
know
first
anything
one he
about
directed.
that.
Yeah,
and that's all I have for the writers and the directors. The main thing is just like this thing had to come together so fast, and they were kind of making it up on the fly, and it just is one of those times that it worked out.
It definitely worked out.
I have some stuff about the other actors that were in this that we haven't talked about yet, just because there were so many random good people in this. Like, did you see who the guard was, and the prison guard that lived through the train wreck?
Yeah, that was from Office Space.
Yeah, that's Richard Riley, who plays Tom Smokowski. I deal with the goddamn customers so the engineers don't have to. I'm a people person. I have people skills.
Yeah. I freaking love that dude. He's awesome. He's awesome.
And he's like making up a story. He's making up a story because actually it was Harrison Ford that saved his partner. And they're like, "You're kind of a hero." And he's like, "Well, he's my partner who done the same for me."
That guy is fantastic. Dude, I noticed Janitor was on the train.
Yep, Neil Flynn.
Janitor was on the train.
Yeah, Janitor from Scrubs. Neil Flynn was on the train.
Did you see who one of the reporters was when he was asking about the order stuff was happening?
No.
That was the report. The reporter was the psychiatrist from Groundhog's Day.
Nice.
Groundhog Day that has I have an alcoholic now. That guy. And then the guy Bones that gave him the blood samples. That was from Groundhog Day. Also, he was the Sweet Vermouth on the Rocks. He was the bartender.
The bartender. Yeah, I recognize that guy. I forgot to look up his name.
Yeah.
And then also Jane Lynch is in this.
Jane Lynch.
She's like working in the lab doing some blood draw stuff.
Killing it.
I love her. Julianne Moore we talked about. Dude, I found one that I thought I was actually watching the credits because I watched the credits to see if there's anybody I recognize. And I looked up because I was watching the credits and I was like, oh, I'm going to look that up. And it was his attorney, Richard Kimball's attorney. It was a guy named Dick Cusack. And I was like, Cusack? They filmed this in Chicago. Guess who that is?
No idea.
That is an actor, Richard Dick Cusack, who is the father of 3 actors named John, Joan, and Ann Cusack.
Bless. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I had no idea that is their dad an actor or he just happened to be in that?
Yeah, he's an actor. He didn't do a lot of stuff, but he's an actor. He's got some credits, and I looked him up, and I was like, yeah, he did some stuff. And nothing like freaking
awesome.
John Cusack, but
well, yeah. But still, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I had no idea. How did that guy look familiar to you?
He didn't look familiar to me at all. I was watching the credits, and I saw the name Cusack, and I was like, they filmed this in Chicago. I'm going to go look up and just see if he's related.
I got you.
And it's his dad.
Dude, the credits were weird for me. Like, like over the first like 15 minutes of the film, they start, and then after like 2 minutes, they stop for a bit. And then as soon as he gets back, like he's chained and getting on the bus, the credits start again. And I thought that was
kind of
weird.
weird.
But
I read about that too, because they, in the initial cut of the movie, it was like a half an hour longer, and there was 30 minutes of like backstory before he ever started like being a fugitive. And the editors were going like, man, we can't have 30 minutes, but it's called The Fugitive. It can't be 30 minutes of him not being a fugitive. Like it was a whole like day in the life. Like he went to a fashion show and he was going to dinner and he was like, and so they decided to do the murder of his wife as flashback in the credits.
That
and
was
they did
cool.
like they did it like in black and white. So I think that was maybe why the credits were a little chopped up.
I like the black and white idea too, because that made the blood not look as bad.
That's what they said. They're like, it was really gruesome, the scenes of her being murdered. So it's like we did black and white, so it like kind of wasn't so in your face. God,
Yeah,
that's really
awesome.
good. That's really good
awesome.
editing.
That's good stuff. I like
The only other bonus good that I have was that we should say something about the train wreck sequence. Did you look up any stuff about that?
Well, I saw that they actually did it.
Yeah, they used a real train, and that just to do it one time cost over $1 million, and so they knew they were only going to be able to do it once.
Right.
I mean, it's a practical sequence featuring an actual train crashing into a bus and catching on fire. So they're like,
And that
set
train
up all
is
the
still
cameras
there.
because we got to get this. We got to get this.
Got to get it on the first try.
Yeah. No, it's still sitting there. They found like an abandoned section of train track, and they're like, we'll just ram this stuff into each other, and then it'll explode.
That's freaking cool. How do you even get the train on that part of the track?
I don't know. I guess you probably can like put it on a truck and haul it over there, but they.
That's crazy. No wonder
Well,
it costs $1 million.
the effects guys were saying, I watched like one making of thing on the train wreck, and they're like to get the actual train and then to wreck it. Like if the train doesn't run, which this one didn't, like they had to push it from behind.
Right.
They're like the train is cheaper than building the miniature of the train would be.
That's crazy.
Like actually buying the train, it's like sweet, that's awesome.
That's crazy.
And it's one of the things the director was saying, like if you did the movie now, you do all that stuff in CGI, and as much as it was expensive to have $1 million train wreck, it would cost way more to do it digitally.
Yeah.
Because you'd have 300 people working on it.
God, that's who's the guy who uses all the miniatures now? Oh, Wes Anderson uses a lot of miniatures.
Yeah.
He did a train miniature in his new one. Dude, and that shit looks super expensive, so I don't know how the actual train could be cheaper. That's crazy.
Well, I think that's one of the things that's weird to me is that this movie, they made it for $44 million, obviously 30 years ago, but still, even if we account for inflation and we go, it would have cost $90 million now, there's no way you could do this for $90 million now.
No. Why is that?
I think because they shot on location and they used practical effects, and so they have to figure out.
So, I read that they just asked the mayor of Chicago, hey, can we film during the parade?
Yeah. Yeah,
and
dude, they
just
shot during the actual parade. Like
they didn't
just
give
had a
him any
Steadicam guy walking through the parade following Harrison Ford.
Yeah, and Harrison, they didn't give him any. They gave him direction. They just said like, "Hey, you're a fugitive. You're chasing him. Ready, go." Yeah. So that was like their real reactions. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, there was I lost the note that I had. There was another movie that was filming during that same parade, and so they had to like block out like, we're on this block, you guys are on this block. Don't shoot towards us because we don't want to see your people. And
that's nuts.
I lost what movie it was.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He did like as soon as he grabbed that hat from the trash though, he like blended right in.
Yeah, and I think I saw somewhere, I don't know if it's true or not, but I saw that was an improv that Harrison Ford just like saw that hat, grabbed it out of a trash can, popped it on, and was like, good to go. God,
freaking staple it to his head like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's the last thing I got for the best. I want to make sure we talk about how. I think is probably the best train wreck accident,
absolutely,
like ever caught on film.
Yeah, and the Harrison Ford jumping. I know that you could tell that was like imposed over the top of it, but like
like a composite.
I still thought it looked pretty good.
Dude, it looked great, and that's an iconic shot too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't have any other good. Not any other good that we want to talk about.
Yeah, that's all the best. Let's go to the worst. I didn't have a lot of worst, man. The only thing I had was I thought it was weird, like right after you're saying like, oh, he's got a puncture wound on his upper chest. And it's like, how can you tell that from looking at his face?
Yeah.
And then he's kind of home free, and then he decides to steal an ambulance, which is like the least inconspicuous vehicle ever made. Like I didn't understand why he did that because he's such a smart guy.
But does he know how to like hotwire a car? I don't. I would have to steal something.
He's
with
in
keys
Chicago. You don't need a car. You could just walk and then get on the train.
Wait, was he in Chicago there? He wasn't in Chicago there. He was trying to get to Chicago, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe
I thought
he wasn't
in
Chicago
a rural
yet.
area.
I don't know. But I was trying to figure out why he was stealing the ambulance. And I was like, maybe he knew the guard recognized him and he thought he needed to like get away from there really fast. If you're going to steal, if you're a fugitive and you're stealing a car, an ambulance is one of the worst ones to steal.
Yeah, you got to steal a freaking Camry or something.
Yeah, dude, steal a freaking brown Ford Taurus.
Right. Blend right in. The worst that I had, the Polish guy that gives up Kimball, that he was staying in his mom's basement or whatever. Right. He was super dirty. I know he was probably supposed to, but he was gross.
That was he was very well cast because I could tell as soon as he appeared on screen, I was like, that guy's creepy as hell.
Yeah, he definitely touches little girls. Also, for worst effects, he gets in the elevator and presses 24, but 25 lit up, and that bothered me. But whatever.
That's a great catch. I definitely missed that.
It's totally fine. The other bonus bad that I had was she was throwing rose petals all on the floor.
Yeah.
And I would be the person that would have to clean that up. So I definitely don't want rose petals on the floor. I'm no good afterwards. I'm like a bear that got shot with a trank. So I am not like, hey, let's go sweep up the petals. Like, I'm out. So don't do that.
I understand when when a guy's gonna like throw down some rose petals to try to get his wife in the mood, but when it's a woman doing it to a man, like I'm just saying, as a man, that's not necessary.
Yeah, throw some chicken wings or something all over it.
Yeah, you could just say like, "Hey, do you want to go to the bedroom?" and then like waggle one eyebrow. I'm like, "Oh, sweet, it's on." I don't need any rose petals.
No rose petals or candles. Maybe some music. Some music, possibly. Dude, one more thing. Are all parades that aren't Mardi Gras suck so bad?
Yeah. I think they're mostly like, here comes the freaking Rotary Club. They're all going to wave at you. No one throws anything. No one's drunk.
What is up with that? I mean, I don't even like catching stuff, but if I'm gonna go, I want them to at least try to get me to catch stuff. I don't know. I don't like other parades.
Worst effects, I thought the effects in this movie were incredible.
Yeah, they really were. I enjoyed it.
Old tech,
a lot.
Dude. Fax machines, payphones,
Banaka spray.
Phones.
Yeah, is that what's
Banaka?
Banaka.
Yeah. And also when they were trying to isolate the sound from the L, and he had a huge like reel-to-reel tape machine, and he was like adjusting the.
Yeah,
that's
he's
not
just
how that works. By the way,
that's
but
not.
He was like trying to do some EQ stuff, so you could only hear the background voice.
But that's how you know Deputy U.S. Marshal Samuel Gerard has no idea how it works. Because he's just like, can you isolate that for me? And it's like, yeah, I guess so.
He's like, can you zoom in and enhance?
Enhance!
Political incorrectness. I actually like that they made a point to make sure that the U.S. Marshals had like people who look like older people and like a woman, and then also people of color, and like it's supposed to be a diverse crowd. And they were saying like the studio was like, dude, just give them a sidekick, Tommy Lee and Joey Pants. It's all we need. It's like no, it's got to be a group of them like working together as a team. That's the whole thing that they're doing.
I like how too when they were undercover and they were walking and they were like revealing each other's U.S. Marshal sign. How it's like built into their undercover clothes,
dude. Like in their like homeless outfits and their like street sweeper outfits. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool. A great touch.
Yeah. Cameos we kind of talked about though, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we covered 5 questions. Is it okay for kids?
I say 10 and above, because the blood in the beginning is what you call it. It's black and white, so I think it's all right.
Yeah. I mean, did Jake watch this with you?
No, nobody watched it with me. But like, I think he could have watched it and been okay. I don't know if it would have kept his interest, but I think it'd be okay.
Yeah. Would this movie get made if it were pitched now? Honestly, man, I don't think I'd be excited if they said they were going to reboot this, but you absolutely could. The story still works, and it would still be awesome.
What if you did like another, not The Fugitive, but like you just did like, hey, we're going to make another U.S. Marshals. Tommy Lee Jones unfortunately still has to work.
Dude, I don't think that anyone would be excited about a U.S. Marshals sequel. I think if you said like we're going to reboot The Fugitive, probably some people would be like, hell yeah.
But it's the same thing, right?
It is, but one of those movies was amazing and one of those movies was shitty. I think is the difference.
Oh man, now I got to go back and watch the U.S. Marshals because I don't remember it being shitty.
I'm not saying I thought it was shitty, but I'm saying like
People
this one made almost $400 million and U.S. Marshals made $100 million.
Right.
That's a big difference when you make movies for money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think this should absolutely get made. It seems like dude, we should definitely, if we're doing White Men Can't Jump again, we should definitely do this again.
Agreed. TV or movie?
Well, it's been both, and it worked as both. But I kind of like the movie.
Yeah, movie because it was tight and done and really quickly.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, the TV show was like a quantum leap thing where it's like every
Right.
week he's in a different town solving a different problem. Like, that's kind of fun, but I don't know if a TV show like that would work as well anymore.
Yeah, dude, even like the more recent ones like Burn Notice, every time it's like, well, we can give you this information, but all you got to do is help my friend first. And then he has to help the friend for the whole episode.
It's super formulaic. Even though it can be fun, it's like,
Right.
they're all doing the
That's
same
why
thing.
I want movie. Did you recast it?
Dude, I was thinking of it, but I was like, well, we already did it. I was trying to think. I'm like, I want a not white actor in the lead, but I was like, I know so little about people who are acting now. I was like,
Yeah.
I guess Michael B. Jordan. I put him in like every single thing, which is what's happening in real life.
I have
He's in
like
all the
3
movies.
black friends. Dude, I went. I have like I don't know 7 people that I recast. Are you ready for them?
Yeah, dude.
Dr. Richard Kimball, Sacha Baron Cohen, in his first role that's not goofy, because he could. I think he could do serious, and I think he would kill at it. Like when Robin Williams went serious.
Yeah, well, that I would have not thought of it if you'd not said that. But now that you did say that, it makes me think that because I just saw Oppenheimer again today. Rami Malek would be awesome at that.
Yeah, he's way good at everything.
Yeah,
that
is
in
really
Oppenheimer, where he's just like a background character, but carrying the whole thing. Dude, it's awesome.
Speaking of which, Oppenheimer in 70mm IMAX is fantabulous.
Yeah, I bet it was. All right, Sam Gerard, played by Dwayne the Johnson Rock. Because I feel like he can be sarcastic, because I feel like he's funny, and he would be the guy that everybody comes to see the movie for.
Yeah, he's got good comic timing, but I don't think he can be. If you had to improv a lot of stuff, I don't think
he can't be Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, you got to hand him a tight script.
Right.
But yeah, but he can deliver a funny line.
Speaking of delivering funny lines, his sidekick Cosmo Renfro, played by Joel McHale. I don't know. I just really like that guy.
Dude, Joel McHale is awesome.
Yeah,
I can't believe you're not going to have Kevin Hart be his sidekick, though.
Give me a second. No, I had Kevin Hart in there, but I changed it because I didn't want Kevin Hart in there because they are in all the movies together.
I know.
All right, the bad guy that's the one-armed man is played by Jared Leto because he's freaky, and that guy was freaky.
Yeah.
I would 100% believe Jared Leto going to get a perm and being as creepy as that guy wearing a trench coat.
Yeah, dude, I'm convinced that, well, I think that's out there publicly that he is actually super creepy, but
yeah,
it's not surprising to me at all.
Yeah. Dr. Charles Nichols, who is Dr. Richard Kimball's friend, is played by Chris Tucker. Because he played a really good, funny, but also kind of serious in Air, the Michael Jordan movie.
I know, God, he's so good.
I liked it. Bobby Biggs, the other U.S. Marshal, is played by Craig Robinson because he's hysterical. Noah, the guy with the ponytail, is now a girl. It's Angie Harmon. She's older and she's about ready to retire. And the
I'm getting too old for this shit.
the female deputy is played by Jada Pinkett Smith.
Nice. Seems like that cast is way older than this cast, but I guess maybe not.
No, they are. All of those people are in their 40s and 50s because you can tell how old Joey Pants is in this movie.
Yeah.
He's already balding.
Yeah, he's definitely wearing a hairpiece.
He could be any age, right?
I like how in your recasting, the marshals are so old that they're not going to be able to run after people. They're just going to have to kind of walk fast. Like, hold on a second. I can't. I got. They don't need to run after hamstring.
People. They don't have to run after people.
Yeah,
they're good. I don't know. I just started with the age, and then I just went from there, and I just kind of kept it all older.
This would be a fun movie to recast, honestly, because the U.S. you plug in whoever for the Harrison Ford part, any kind of leading man, and then the marshals is like, who's a group of 5 people of different ages and genders and colors and races that looks like they would be really funny hanging out in a room together,
right?
And then off you go.
Could you not see Sacha Baron Cohen just changing into all the disguises that he uses for his other shows? Like, that would be great.
I actually would really like to see Sacha Baron Cohen do a real, a Safdie Brothers, like Adam Sandler movie where he's actually acting and he's not just playing a character, because I think he'd be good at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think so too. But that's all I got.
Nice. That's awesome. Can you still watch and enjoy this in 2023?
Yeah, it was killer. I really liked it.
Still is really good.
I watched it at home, and then when I was doing my notes, I did it again at school during a break with the speakers turned up really loud. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, highly recommend. It's streaming on...
Don't say it.
No,
it's on Max.
The app formerly known as HBO Max. That's now it's just Max.
I thought for sure it was going to be on Peacock, and
it's not on Peacock, sadly.
Unfortunately for everyone involved.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
What's the next episode? Next episode is
For Love or Money.
Oh man,
Michael J. Fox.
God bless! I can't wait.
I feel like I watched that in the last 5 years, but I'm excited to watch it again.
I definitely did not, and I can't wait to watch it.
I think I went through the 90s Michael J. Fox movies. It was probably more than 5 years ago, but I watched freaking Life with Mikey and For Love or Money and all that stuff.
This, I can't wait for this one. This is great. And that's episode 18. Can you believe it? 18?
It's just happening so fast.
So they
right.
grow up so fast.
Thank you guys for listening. Feel free to check out bonus movies on Patreon. Field of Dreams just came out. Next up on Patreon will be When Harry Met Sally, and then we'll be back here in the main feed in 2 weeks with For Love or Money and Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review, and remember, don't drive angry.